Hello, everybody. I'm actually 2 minutes early. That is unheard of, absolutely unheard of. But anyway, welcome to the show. We have got a bit of an unusual show for you today. I've got a few things lined up, and then it's whatever you want to see or don't want to see, really. Be as long or short as you like, led by you guys. Whatever you would like to see this evening is yours. Here at Charmers Gems, we have lots of different gemstones that we never ever show you, that sort of hide behind the scenes, that never get put onto the website, and they never really make it onto all the live shows. Some of them come on a Friday morning, but they never make it on a Thursday live. So there's all sorts of different stuff. Hi, Jackie, how are you doing? So here I am, still a whole minute early, which means that I've forgotten to do something, as you know. It's going to be total fluke. I should have done this or I should have done that. Let me just sort my phone out. That's always a good place. I'm on my own today. There's nobody in my ears, nobody. And no Polly today either. Hi, Hazel. Hi, Barbara. How are you doing? Let me just move you along. Oh, it says that the tracker is done. Let's save that then. And then we're nearly there, really. So it's a bit of a casual show. No great speed today. Just however we take it, that's what it's going to be. Right, let me try and hide some of these columns. Right. Hi, everyone. Do say hi if you've just joined us. Oh, where have you gone? Oh, I don't know what I've done there. Pressed a whole other button. That was clever. I don't know what I did, but it was clever. Let me see if we can get it back now, though. Now, it said here that I can set a poll. Let's put a poll out. I don't know how you vote on this poll, but as I came live, it said you can set a poll. What should we ask you? Let's just do a generic to see if it works. Do you love gemstones? Okay, option 1, yes. And option 2 is no. Okay. Create. Now, what's it going to do? I'm intrigued by this new bit of technology. Right, so it's put a poll there in the corner. Can you vote on the poll? I don't know how. It doesn't tell me that. So hi, Tracy. Hi, Beverly. Hi, Catherine. Have they left you on your own? They've left me totally unattended. I can just go rogue and do whatever I like. Nobody is watching. It's all good. Stage placement. Right, okay. But how do you vote? Can anyone see how you vote? So hi, Tony. I'm just testing as I came live. So we use this streaming platform to go live on that costs us a lot of money, but I think it's quite good. I quite like it. And as I came live, it said you can create a poll on your live. And so here it is in this corner here. So if you look over here, you can just type in there. Oh, now Tracy's typed 1 and it said 1. Ah, interesting. That is, isn't it? So why can't my bids be collected like that? That's what I want to know. Hi, Nigel and Coral. How are you doing? Hi, Candy. Will you have the Rutile bracelets? Not this evening. We're going to put them into next Wednesday's show, Tracy. We're going to put them in there. Yes, we decided that earlier today. So, yeah, right. Okay. Oh, it's interesting. Oh, we can do all sorts of polls. We can play all sorts of games here. But thank you, everyone. No one's voted. I don't know how it works, Debbie. Have a go. Did it work? I think it's worked. How do I see it? How big can I make you? It doesn't give you any statistics. Let me just shrink that back. Right, okay. Now, if we go back to the poll, can we close the poll, stop the poll? It says 8 people voted for yes. So there you are. Should I take it off? Let's have a look. Hide the poll. Okay, and then it keeps it for me in case I want it for something. Don't know what I'd want that for, but I might you do something useful. And then, I don't know. I feel like now we need to ask something where everyone can vote. I'm okay, thanks, Nigel. Yeah. I've got it's a bit of a funny live, this one, because I've got a few things that I've plucked out from my world. But you can request stuff or not. It's up to you. It's a bit like a Friday morning live vibe. I've got to do my own directing. There's going to be a lot of typing. I have to take stuff off the website, all of that sort of stuff. So it's a little bit slower than normal. Katie Putouche doesn't like gemstones. It's gone now. So sorry about that. So yeah, so if there's anything you're particularly looking for, you can pop it into the comments. There's a couple of last in stock items. We could go through the green boxes. I thought we could do that if you like. There's all sorts we could be doing. Hi, Lysian, how are you doing? You like my diamond post? Thank you very much. So yesterday was World Diamond Day. Oh, what a fancy day. It was the first ever World Diamond Day. And this is a new concept created by the Natural Diamond Council. And they messaged out to all of us diamondy people and said, please, could we put a post out about natural diamonds? It could be whatever we wanted. So we did 3 posts, actually. We ran 3 posts. I made 2 new posts and 1 replayed post. And yes, and I mean, got to love a diamond, really, haven't you? That's the long and the short of that. But in theory, for next year, now, if you sell diamonds in your jewelry, you could also participate. So when they send me through the assets next year, so if you noticed on anyone else's post, some of them had the World Diamond Council, the World Diamond Day logos down the side. I didn't put those on. I had mixed feelings about those, so I didn't put them on. And now I think maybe I should have put them on at least one of the posts. But anyway, I did everything else I was told. So next year, we'll share those assets with you. And then if you sell diamonds, you can put your diamonds on and use it as a big marketing push for natural diamonds. I thought it was quite nice. Nice to be part of something as a massive international community. And I looked up on Instagram how many people have posted out there with those hashtags yesterday, and it was considerable. They got traction from some big guys. Their post got over 2 million views. I don't know how they've done that, but anyway, so yeah, it was good to see everyone participating. I love a diamond, so that's my happy place, the world of diamonds. So I was really happy. Hi Katie. Right, okay, so we've got a bit of an unusual evening. If you just joined us, for a start, I was 2 minutes early. So that in itself is unusual. I've got no director, so there's nobody in my ears. I've got no Polly. There's nobody in the office. It's just me and you guys. So I feel it feels very quiet, actually, with nobody here. Hi, Nikki. I saw you up there just now. I've lost you again now. Oh, there you are. Hi, Nikki. So you can talk about anything you want. It's very much a Friday morning vibe. And on a Friday morning, it's a request show. And you can just pop in and request any gemstone you want. And we'll have a look round and we look for stuff and we chat about stuff. So anything that you want to talk about, you can talk about or not. Totally up to you. But I have selected a few things to get us going with, because we don't want to have absolutely nothing, did we? Now I was going to get this phone working. That's what I was going to do. Just everything, James says. Well, you want to see everything or you want to talk about everything? It's up to you, whatever you want. Hi, Heather. How are you doing? And yeah, it's been a busy week. I'm not sure that I'm live tomorrow, because my youngest son is trying to get into medical school, which is really difficult. It's one of the hardest things ever. So for a country that's short of doctors, they don't half make it hard work to get to make them. So I have got to take him to London because he's got to go and do this work experience day. And I think it's a room of, from what I can work out from the few bits of information they give you, it's a room of actors and they reenact different incidents so that they can participate in those sorts of things. That'd be quite fun, wouldn't it? I thought that'd be fun. So he's doing that. So I'm taking him tomorrow to London, and then he's doing that on Saturday. So don't think there'll be a live in the morning unless I decide to go to London late. We'll see how we feel tomorrow. But I'm not planning on doing a live tomorrow anyway. Tony's done that. Tony's son's a doctor, isn't he, Tony? And it's blinking hard work, isn't it? It really is hard work. But anyway, it's good for him. I hope he gets it. He's been working, he's got to get work experience. So part of trying to get into medical school is that you have to get work experience, which is really, really hard, particularly when you're 16. So he's a baby of his year. So if you're already 17, a lot of the rules change around health and safety at 17, apparently. So 16 is really, really hard. So he really struggles to get work experience. So I have been nagging, and it took some nagging, this farm up the road, because the tutors at his school said it doesn't have to be work experience with humans. It can be work experience with animals. So a uterus is a uterus was the term he used. So try and get him on the lambing. So there's a farm up the road from us called Rough Hill Farm, which I have to recommend to everybody now. Rough Hill Farm, and there they do these lambing experiences where you can feed the lambs, and there's little chicks to hold, and there's some goats, and the pig had piglets last week. It's so cute. So he has this farmer's there, the farmer and his son-in-law have been very kind, and they've taken Eddie for various days throughout the school holidays as for his work experience. So he's been there. Now, to me, I think that would be my ideal job. I'm not sure how long I'd last without a gemstone, but to hug lambs all day has got to be the best thing ever, hasn't it? So he gets to hug the lambs and hand them over to everybody, and then the people are feeding the lambs. What a cool job. I'm so jealous. Right, okay. Candy says, how are you going to find anything when Lisa's not there? I'm not sure, Candy. We'll have to see how it goes. I'm not sure. I did something similar for my job as a lifeguard, Heather says. You have to do loads of work experience for that as well. It is. Tony says, it is indeed, and today he's just completed his first home. Oh, that's congratulations, Tony. That's a nice parenting moment, isn't it? Properly fledged, that is. Beverly says, my nephew got in by volunteering to give coronavirus jabs to people. That was lucky. That's good timing, wasn't it? That was really lucky. Tony says some of the unis do weeks training where they stay at the uni for a week, so they do a week doing all sorts of things. Yes, I think we're going to try and get him in on that as well. He's got this weird thing on Saturday where he's going to a hospital in London and doing this day in London, and there are things out there that you can do. It's just really hard to find. The sad thing is there's nothing in the NHS, so I've applied every year for him for 3 years, I think now, to try and get work experience within the NHS, and they just reject. This year he's supposed to be priority year this year, so I was sort of hoping that he might. He does St John's Ambulance, so that's one thing. But anyway, any advice from anyone, we'll take anything. I did turn it down, I promise. Right, well, that's not it. That's the wrong button. So that's our world anyway, our little view of our world there. I've got my mouse in shot there. Let's see, don't want him in the shot. Right, my cloth's not very clean. So let's put the stage on. It's no Chalmers Gems on it because it's dirty. So I can't live with the dirt. We have to go for the cleaner side. So you're missing your Chalmers Gems logo there. Right, we're going to start off with a few of the bead strands that we brought in due to customer requests, actually. So these are bead strands that had sold on some of our lives, I think in China. And then we had customer requests to bring them back in for them. So I have to place a minimum order. And these are the ones that I've got left from that order. So that's convenient. So you might have had these before, or you might have felt that you missed out on them. And this is the opportunity to grab them. Let me tell you how it works. If you're new to Chalmers Gems, welcome. I'm Marie Chalmers, the founder of Chalmers Gems. And this is our Gemstone live show. You can ask anything you like. I'm a gemologist, so I can answer gem-related questions or jewelry industry-related questions generally. If you wish to make a purchase, all you have to do is type the code I give you into the comments section. So it's nice and easy. Each item will have its very own code. You type it into the comments section. If I read out your name, that item is yours. We need your email address to be able to send you an invoice. So you just direct message us or email us with your email address, and we send you an invoice over the course of the weekend. So it's nice and simple. So what work experience in a care home count? Yes, that would be perfect, April, but not one care home will come back to him. So, and again, I don't know if it's his age there. The fact he's 16, apparently can't lift anything at 16, and they want people who can lift. So yeah. And in October, Reese is off to Cambridge to do his PhD, Tony says. So proud, Tony is so proud. Hi, Helen, how are you doing? Hi, Vicky, how are you doing? Right, so these are your 12mm round faceted coins in the chrysoprase. So let me try and get them a little bit closer. Really nice, a minty green. This material is from Australia. And these are all 38cm strands, and all the drill holes are about 0.6 to 0.8. So I've plucked off some stickers for all of these so that I knew what I was doing. Hi, Wendy. How are you doing? You've got a Thursday off? What do you actually do, Wendy? This is your faceted coin, approximately 12mm, 205 CP. These are 1950. I've only got 3 strands of these left. That's all I've got. Very popular strand. As I said, we brought them back in for a customer who requested them, having sold them, I presume. 205 CP for 1950. A beautiful, beautiful strand. If you've got any inspirational thoughts, you can chat to me today of what you're going to do with these, then definitely pop them into the comments. I'm going to leave that one there a moment, and I'm going to get the next one. Helen says, I'm still trying to get used to getting up at 4 a.m. for work. Not sure how long I will be here this evening. Oh dear, that's painfully early. I mean, I get up at 5:30 for the gym twice a week, Helen, and I feel that's pushing my luck, really. So that really is. And shows so busy making. Diamond post was really interesting. Thank you. Wondering when the India orders will arrive. So India orders, we have got 2 parts of the 3-part shipment. The last part has been shipped. It was shipped this week. I've got a tracker here, but I think that's for China. So hopefully they'll be coming to you soon. We had a mega busy weekend, so we are running behind on our postage. Hi, Ken, how are you doing? So we did our crystal live, which fell very strangely with our postage days. And then we post on a Monday and Friday. And of course, they were both the bank holiday days. So we then decided to launch a new website and encourage you all to buy something from our website. So when we came back from the weekend, I texted Lisa yesterday and said, oh dear, I've got over 120 orders from the weekend. Plus then, of course, all the orders from the other lives. So we are running a little bit behind. We've called in the cavalry, and we've got Darren coming in extra tomorrow as well. So we're really sorry that there is such a delay on orders, but we are trying our best. Lisa has been picking all day today to try and get everything out when the postman comes tomorrow. So hopefully we'll get the majority of it out tomorrow, and then the rest will go out on Monday with a bit of luck. So I do apologize there for the delay in any orders. So as soon as India arrives, though, that will come out to you, and then China is on its way as well. If you bought the Chinese beads earlier in the month, they won't be long before they're out to you as well. So we just got a bit of catch up to play. This is the trouble with bank holidays. They don't think how it's going to impact us. These ones are your amethyst faceted rondelles, and they're 6x4mm. The code is 185TG, and they are £9.50 a strand. Again, this is a customer order, and I've got 3 of these left as well. A customer wanted these bringing back in, so that's why they're back in. But they're beautiful, aren't they? Nice, even faceted rondelles. These are from the China Live. So you get different rondelles from different cuts from different countries. So if you're buying the Indian beads, they're hand cut. So they tend to be quite regular, but they have that sort of artisanal look to them, and they're very sparkly. And then these are the Chinese beads, which will be manufactured by machine with a bit of human intervention. 185TG for £9.50. So yeah, they're going to be manufactured by machine. So you tend to get that more uniform look. So it depends what sort of look you're going for in your jewelry. But if you want a nice uniform look and you're going to mix up your colours and shapes, then These are the ones. These are the ones for you. Paulina says the Easter live was awesome, so it was worth the wait. Oh, thank you very much, Paulina. We're glad you found us. We are. Tony would like an amethyst. Thank you very much, Tony. Kicking off the show there with a 185 for £9.50. They are great value for money. What's next on my list? Flower agate faceted coins. These are pretty as well. I've only got 2 of this strand available, so it'd be one of these 2 strands. These are the 12mm faceted coin beads. Again, last in stock due to this being coming in specifically for a customer. And these are the last couple that are left. So these are your flower agates. These were very popular. Wendy's very excited about a Spheres from Crystal Live. I think you got a few. Didn't you, Wendy? You almost have patience. We are trying really hard. I've wrapped everything. Annie normally wraps all the gemstones for us on when she comes in to help out on a Friday. So all the beautiful bubble wrap that she applies. So Annie was not available to help me. So I took them home and I did them myself. So apologies for them not looking quite as beautiful as they normally look. I'm sure they'll come out packaged beautifully, but I'm not sure they're bubbled quite as beautifully as normal. 562 MI 1550 for the 12mm faceted coins. If you've had any of these strands before and you just want to say something about them, do feel free. Any reviews are welcome, positive ones particularly. 562 MI 1550. Wendy got 5 spheres. Even amazed myself. You need really good sphere stands now, don't we? I feel like there's a whole market for sphere stands. And then when I went to China, we found this shop full of sphere stands, but nobody liked them. And I thought, well, I don't know what to do. You know, I can't seem to win. I bring you the plastic ones. Everyone's like, we need a real sphere stand. But I think they're quite personal. Maybe that's what it is. I've got one for Candy. Thank you, Candy. No, the screen never does them justice. That does it. It never does any of the gemstones justice. 562 is the code, and that is 1550 for your coin beads. Let's pop those down. What have I got next? Let me grab the ticket because I'm going blind. I can't see anymore. Faceted rondelle, 6x4mm in your plum blossom tourmaline. These are very nice. The last 562 has gone to Hannah. Thank you, Hannah. And hi, Hannah. So this is your plum bottom tourmaline. These are your 6x4mm rondelles. So this material is a tourmaline and lepidolite. So the purple is lepidolite. The pink is tourmaline. So these are sometimes sold as rubellite tourmaline. These are, and then it's a quartz, I think, that sits with it as well. We've seen this in the rough material and we've had it in hearts and all sorts of different materials, but we've only recently, maybe in the last 18 months, you reckon, guys, had it in beads. I've got 182 for Candy. Thank you, Candy. Yeah, it's definitely been extremely popular in beads. I've got one for Sarah Borelli. Thank you. One for Hannah, and they are sold out. Panicked. My phone froze and I missed the 185s. 185. You can have a 185. Justine, do you want a 185? That's still available. Let's take this one out of the way. This one's sold out as well. Now, sticking with your plum blossoms, Jackie said the plum blossom tourmaline is gorgeous. I have the beads. Thank you. They are really nice. Right. So this is your plum blossom tourmaline, and this is a faceted coin, and it is a 6mm, I think. 6mm faceted coin. No problem. Lovely. The code for this one is the code is 51XF, £21.50. Now, here's a question for you guys. So we were actually supposed to be out in India this week. I was invited out to India to a show that I really, 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 really wanted to go to. However, the cost of flights became ridiculous. And so I couldn't go. I've got a 51 for Hannah. Thank you. I've only got 2 more of this strand, one for Candy, 1 more of this strand. So we didn't manage to get out to India, which is a shame because I think you would have liked. I had a really clear plan of what I was doing there, and obviously haven't been able to do it. But there'll be other times. There'll be other times we'll get that. So where would you like us to go next? Is the question. So we frequent India. So we regularly go to India. Last year we only went once, but some years have been 3 times. It depends what's out there, really. We go to China regularly. So we've been out to the pearl farms where you can only really get pearls and findings. And we've also been into the bead markets, and you can get beads, cabs and carvings, things like that. These ones come from the bead market. So where would you like us to go next? Oh, there's a poll. Let's put a poll up. If you missed the beginning of the show, they've added this. Let's do a new poll. Right. And then you can vote. Where shall we travel gem hunting next? Right. We've got back to India. We could put Hong Kong, where we can do beads in Hong Kong. We haven't been there for about a year, I don't think. We can do China bead market. We could do China pearl farms. Where else should we go? Well, let's do that so far. They're the quick wins. Right, now to vote, everyone, what you have to do is type 1 for India, 2 for Hong Kong, 3 for pearl bead market, sorry, and 4 for pearl farming. Go to Sierra Leone looking for rough diamonds. Ken, if you take me, I'm coming. I've done Sri Lanka on a personal level, but there's not enough volume there, Sarah, for me to go and do a show. Everyone's just adding other countries in there. America will possibly do this year. Top secret. That's it. Where haven't you been that you would like to go? Oh my gosh, James. I mean, just so many places, so many. We haven't taken you to Poland for Amber. I would every year I say I'm going to do that and I never do it. We will do that one year. We'll definitely do that. I would like to go to Thailand, but Prakash did Thailand. That didn't go particularly well when he did it, but I would like to do that. I would like to do all sorts of different stuff. Like Sri Lanka, I agree, has got some great gemstones, but not in a system where we could purchase from them. I'd like to go out and do more mining. I went mining in Namibia. I'd love to do more of that, absolutely more. But the thing is, there's no live show connected to that, so it doesn't fund itself. So it has to have a sales element so that you guys can buy what's there. In Namibia, you can't buy direct from there because the gemstones that I purchased in December aren't back in the UK yet. So I wouldn't be able to do a 6-week wait. It would be, potentially a year's wait. So everybody's voting, look, but I can't see it. It's too small. Let me have a look. So we've got India, we've got Hong Kong. India at 42%. Hong Kong, it's all moved. 38%. And no one for the China bead market. What about all the beads you're missing? I just can't believe it. I would have thought you'd all say beads. That's interesting, isn't it? South Africa, I have been out to South Africa, but again, it's getting the volume. So we have to really go to where they're manufacturing the products. So not necessarily where the gemstone's coming from, but actually where they're cut so that they're for sale for immediate purchase. So yes, take us all, Beverly says. Absolutely. Can you tell us a little bit about the differences of what you tend to find in India, Hong Kong, and China? absolutely, of course I can. Then we must sell some gemstones, or we won't be here to tell the tales. So where we go to in India, we tend to go to Jaipur. When I was 23, I lived in India, but I lived in Mumbai because I worked in the diamond district of India, and that is based in Mumbai. And in Mumbai, there's massive jewelry sectors and massive diamond districts. A lot of diamonds are cut in India. It was a really big hub for cutting diamonds in the sort of early 2000s. They taught themselves, and then they've been getting better ever since. But for us, we go to Jaipur because in Jaipur, a lot of the colored gemstones are faceted. So you get lots of different colored gemstones. The material lands there, and it is what the industry calls a commercial material. But it's not a very kind way of putting it. So the material that you use for beads and cabs and crystals and things like that is the more commercial style material. So what they're saying there is that when we mine for the gemstones, what they want is the really clean crystals that are going to cut, one gemstone that's worth £50,000. That's what they're after, is that exquisite material. But when they're mining that, they also mine out a lot of other material, and that is the commercial material, which is used for the beads, the cabs, the carvings. And that material, since they've been able to stabilize it, can now be cut into all these different shapes. So in Jaipur, you've got a center of crafts, of excellent craft, really. They make all sorts of things, a lot of clothes made there, all sorts of different things. But they are this center of excellence for crafting gemstones and jewelry, but a lot of silver jewelry and maybe base metal jewelry, not so much your high-end luxury jewelry. That tends to be done in Mumbai. So we go out to Jaipur because that's perfect for us. This is exactly what we sell. So we can go out, we can find the materials. So they import the rough material from all over the world. And then we can go out into the cutting houses that we know and trust, and we can watch the gemstones being cut. We can design our own things. We've done that before and given you the opportunity to design your own beads and all sorts of things like that. So we can do all of those sorts of things, and offer you all the different gemstone materials in a lot of hand cut shapes. But when you get an Indian cut bead, you don't get the uniformity that you get from a Chinese bead. So if you're looking for a 6mm round, for example, you really want a Chinese bead because that machine cutting makes it very perfect. Whereas if you get an Indian cut bead, they've hand cut it round. So it's never quite 100% round, but it's just a different look. And they do a lot of faceted material, and you have to be really, really careful, because when you're in India, you will get what you pay for. There are a lot of treatments out there. A lot of treatments are tested in this marketplace on this lower commercial quality to see what happens before they test the higher value gemstones. So you have to really have your wits about you. There's a lot of terrible cutting, absolutely terrible, quick and cheap and nasty. And that is, shipped all over the world. That's what you'll find on Etsy, eBay, is they'll take a photo of one of the nice ones, but most of the material that comes out is terribly cut. So you really have to know what you're doing when you're in that marketplace, who to trust, and then you will find beautiful materials that are cut in India. So that's really lovely. So we love the Indian marketplace. The next one was Hong Kong. So in Hong Kong, no cutting is carried out in Hong Kong. They are a platform. Well, they're a country where all the beads, everything sold in China has to be shipped through Hong Kong. Right, so I don't understand why, but so it all comes through Hong Kong. So here you've got centers where there are building blocks full of gemstone companies, of all sorts of different companies, that then house and facilitate the shipping of a lot of different materials. And because of that, I think, and also because of the difficulty of getting between Hong Kong and China, and also being in Hong Kong's really nice place to be, being in China is not such a nice place to be, they have created shops within these within their facility, their logistical facilities, really. So if you know what you're doing, you can enter in, and you've got good contacts, you'll be able to enter in and be able to get behind the scenes. And a lot of the Chinese manufactured material is then put into Hong Kong's marketplace for them to sell it quickly from there. So it's kind of a hub that holds the materials that China itself cuts. shots. They also have the big shows. So the shows are hosted, the jewelry shows are hosted in Hong Kong. So you've got lots of international traffic coming through Hong Kong. It's a big stop off point. And as I said, it's a really nice city. So it's really culturally lovely. It's a nice, you go there, you're going to have fun. I've never gone and not had fun in Hong Kong. There's too much fun to be had. So it's a really interesting market, but mostly Chinese beads. But you do have to go into China to get anything really new, or unless you, I mean, when we go to Hong Kong, we are hosted by a Chinese manufacturer. So we get all the stuff sent. They send all the new stuff to the office because they know we're going. So I guess most people probably do things like that. But it's a different. So it's a version of China really, but smaller, more condensed, usually ships a little bit quicker, and is quite niche because each one of these shops will kind of target a particular thing where their niche lies. So you don't get the massive materials repeated over and over. It's also not a marketplace, so you can't just walk around. You have to know what you're doing, and then you can go into your trusted suppliers, and in there they'll be on display, but you won't find it all out on display. Then China, so the bead market in China is one of my favorite places in the world. It's just so many beads, and so the bead market where we go in China, that is a massive market. I can only explain it, compare it to an enormous shopping center, and I'm talking enormous, the biggest shopping center you've been in. I think it's actually 4 shopping centers connected together. It has a hole in the middle. And it is just massive. So what will happen is the factories in China, so China's run as districts, so each district sort of specializes in something totally different. So there are districts of China that we've taken you to before, where you can watch the beads being cut, and you can create your own cuts, and all of that craftsmanship is carried out in these districts. There's a sterling silver district where all of the findings are made, all of the chains are made, and each factory will specialize in something specific. And so say the jump ring factory, it will supply jump rings to all the other factories, and then the lobster class factory will create all the lobster class and supply them out to all the other factories. So each one sort of specializes in a particular thing. So when we've taken you into China to look at what goes on behind the scenes, there we've been allowed in, but not always allowed to film because of the secrecy, the sort of behind the scenes of how that works, how the rough material's cut and how it's processed. And you see us putting out a lot of footage about how beads are cut in China and things like that. Anything we're allowed to film, we'll film and show you. And then from there, it gets passed through to the marketplace. So it will go out to the local shops, the sort of local marketplaces in those areas. But eventually, the majority of the material will end up in the bead market in China. So so these are usually family-run business. So for example, our Hong Kong supplier, they own a manufacturer. In fact, I think they own a couple of factories in China cutting gemstones, because there are a series of 4 brothers and each one does his own thing. So they've got the series of factories cutting the gemstones. They then have a place in the bead market that sells the gemstones. They then have another place in Hong Kong that trades the gemstones and puts them into the shows. So you've got this connection all the way through. So, but if I went to them and said, I want to cut, here's a bit of rough material that I mined when I was in Namibia. Please, could you cut me 400 strands of apatite 6x4 oval faceted beads? Then that would be production. You know, that's what they would be doing until it was done. That's what they do. So it's just really clever. So in the bead market, it's just really cool because you get all of these companies together, a lot of repetition, a lot of rubbish, a lot of fake material, a lot of treated material, a lot of tricks, but a lot of beautiful gemstones. So things like our Malacola donuts, where you get a specialist who has just specialized totally in malachite, which is really hard to polish. And They cut only malachite, and they are all about the beauty of the malachite and the carnelian and moss agate. You've got the same thing going on there, where they only buy carnelian moss agate. They must be connected to the mine, and that's all they cut. So you go in, and the whole thing is just that. But they are specialists, and you can sit and pick through it and get the best ones, and they'll tell you this one is superior because of this reason. And the proper geeks like me of each area, we took you into the obsidian shop, and they cut obsidian all the different ways. You know, they're just incredibly talented. So in amongst all of this total and utter rubbish, you get these pockets of just total beauty, real beauty. Things like my unusual inclusion bead. There's a whole section of these phenomenally expensive gemstone beads because the inclusions are insane. So you can get, so although you could walk in, it's very overwhelming because there's thousands and thousands of shops, and when you just walk in, you just see the same thing in every shop. You have to hone in on the specialist shops and learn how to work that market. You can't do any of China without a guide. There's no English, so that's another thing to consider. Sorry. And then I'm talking a lot, you have to tell me shut up. And then the China pearl farms. So the pearl farms are located in a part of China which is man-made. It's a man-made area of lakes. So there are thousands of these man-made lakes, and these all are pearl farmers. So there's thousands of these lakes, and they all farm pearls, but again, very niche. One might farm Baroque pearls, or one might farm white pearls, and one might farm colorful pearls. You know, so they're all going to have their speciality, and there it's the whole district is just pearl farms. That's what they do, and that's what they all do, all of them. So you'll get the farmers, then you'll get the harvesters, then you'll get, you know, the graders, you get the stringers, you get the people who bleach the pearls. So the whole process, sort the pearls, they're all specialists. And so you've got this series of lakes. So again, you have to know who you're going to, where you're going to, because there'll be a variety of different qualities. And there's a massive market where you can go in and look at all the pearl shops. But again, very overwhelming, because each one has got thousands and thousands of what looks like the same until you understand what it is you're looking for. You create your supply chain. They also do a lot of findings. They're not manufactured there, but they hold a lot of findings in that place as well. So it's quite an interesting place. It's always raining. I've never, ever been there where it hasn't rained at all. It's always rained. Doesn't smell the best, but it's really interesting. And you don't need to go for very long. That's another thing, because it's quite localized, very difficult to get to. It's a long way to get to it. It's something like you have to fly somewhere and then spend 5 hours in a taxi, and then it's just weird. It's all weird. Get there, hotel's nice. All weird, and then get back to the hotel and it's fine. So yeah, it's just amazing. So I don't know if that's a breakdown of all of those marketplaces, and they're the sort of key gemstone marketplaces for what we do. But as we've shown you before, when we've taken you out and about to watch the crystals being cut and stuff, the crystal district of China is a different district where they do everything that we do, but bigger, really. So there are guys who make the tools to make the unusual bead shapes, who will also they'll then make tools to make the bigger things into the crystals. So it's just amazing. The technology in these places is amazing. The cars are amazing. Yeah, it's a phenomenal country. China is really phenomenal. Shall we look at what the results of the poll are? I'm not selling anything. I'm going to get sacked. So India 30%, Hong Kong 35%. China bead market, only one vote for China bead market, 5%, and China for pearl farms, 30%. So actually Hong Kong's winning. So I have to see if it's gone now. We'll stop it now. I have to see if there's new stuff for us to find in the Hong Kong market. Lovely. That's a good idea. Lots of people, hi Jenny, had could you go to the Jurassic Coast and do fossils? I could. I mean, I could just live at the Jurassic Coast and do fossils, James. But there's not a lot of fossils to sell. Not enough for our live shows, I don't think. So when you find the fossils at the Jurassic Coast or anywhere in the UK, you have to have them cleaned up. They don't come out looking like my fossil. That cost a lot of money for me to have my fossil cleaned up. So there's quite a cost involved when you do anything in the UK like that, because it takes them hours and hours and hours. It's a big job and it's a very small skill set. So you could do some fossiling, but actually the volume I would need to be able to sell would be quite difficult. Where is the main manufacturing place around the world outside of where you've already been? So I don't think so. For faceted stones, is a very different market. So the gemstones have different marketplaces. So for faceted stones, you're looking at Sri Lanka, Thailand, definitely over in the Far East. You're seeing gemstones being faceted. Faceting of gemstones, lapidary, is becoming extremely fashionable because of the likes of Ken, who I'm sure is still around somewhere listening. And it's becoming really, really popular because of Ken, and also a guy called Justin Prim, actually, who introduced me to Ken, who's doing an awful lot of brilliant media supporting the lapidary industry and spreading the word of what gemstone cutting is. But at the moment, commercial gemstone cutting is carried out in the Far East. So you're looking at Sri Lanka, Thailand, particularly for those gemstones. Ken will pop up and agree or disagree with me shortly. He'd know more about that. But for our market of the beads and cabs, those are the main markets without a shadow of a doubt. So they're the main markets. And you'll find the beads and cabs cut elsewhere, of course you will, in small volume, but not to the volume of which I can find when I go out to India or to China. It's not done. We could, of course, go and see Ken. We haven't seen Ken for ages. You don't like Justin, Desi? You can message me later about that. Poland from Amber would be lovely. It would be lovely. It's just doing that, really. Can you come? You can come. Anyone can come. Come along. It's hard. Everyone thinks I'll come, and then they're like, this is hard. I don't know any of the places that do gems. America, we're hopefully going to visit later this year. So yeah, Australia for the opal. I'd love to go to Australia for the opal. I need a connection in Australia. Are there any Australian miners, cutters watching? Then invite me over. So I'd love to come and have a go. Yeah, it's all good. I'd love to go out. Oh, there's so many things I'd love to show you. So many things. Philippines, there is definitely some bead manufacturer in the Philippines. We sold some wooden beads once, shell and wooden beads, and they were manufactured in the Philippines. And that gentleman said that we could come over. But again, how much volume are we going to be able to sell there? Probably not a lot. Tasmania for sapphire, Brazil. Brazil is a big one. And I will get to Brazil in my lifetime. But I don't think they manufacture the beads and cabs there. I think they are definitely the producer of the amethyst, but I think the material is then exported. So again, what to do on that. Just have a word, Ken. Get me places. Anywhere anyone wants me, that's where I'll go. I kind of have an unwritten rule in my life that if I get invited somewhere, you should always try and go. And that's in my, my personal life as well. If someone invites you to their wedding, that was considered. So try really hard to do that. So I do try and live by that rule. It's not always possible, but anyway. Right, should we crack on? Have you been to Brazil, Ken? So many gemstones in Brazil, so many. I'd like to do the rest of Africa as well. I mean, there's so much to do in Africa, gem-wise, so many gemstones. Namibia was just like a drop in the ocean compared to what I could see. I'd love to show you loads of diamond stuff. I'd love to get out into the factories in China and show behind the scenes of the lab-grown diamonds being manufactured. I'd love to show you how the coloured gemstones are man-made and how all of those are manufactured. There's so much to show, but I just don't have an unlimited amount of money. That's actually what stops me, because you can imagine that each of the trips we do, there's massive investment for the business to fund those trips, to go out and to do all that, then to do even things like we've been doing the podcast behind the jewelry and the filming of the careers events and things like that. Enormous costs in editing, in filming, and camera equipment, lots and lots of investment there. But it's sharing the Gemmy love, guys, and sharing the love for our wonderful industry. So I'm all in. We just need to sell. We need to sell the gems to make the money to show you how it works. But you get to buy the gems, so it's all a self-fulfilling. I will send a photo of my hut in Brazil. I love Brazil. Oh, nice, Ken. And I've never felt brave enough to go to Brazil on my own. So most places I just go on my own. But Brazil, I think, is a bit of a risk. I feel like I do need somebody to see there. I need a connection. That's what I need. But once I've got one, once I've looked, I'll find one. It's all good. Right. So I've got one strand of this left, which is your plum blossom tourmaline faceted coin beads, and they are approximately 6 millimeters, 51 XF 2150. I know the price of the price of the strand is on the priciest side, but they are really, really, really nice. 51 XF 2150. I'm going to put them away though. They're going up there. Right, aquamarine faceted coins. We've also got. I love how much you share, Marie. I've learned so much from you. Oh, thank you, Justina. That's kind. There's no gatekeeping here. We'll share everything. We'll tell you everything along the way. I think it's important to be transparent and to be honest about this and that. And also some of the, when we did the diamond video the other day, the fact that the diamond industry supports 10 million people worldwide is just awesome. Natural diamond supporting 10 million people. You've got this sort of, I don't know how to describe it, this push towards man-made diamonds. And all I can think that gets stuck in my head is this phrase that I must have seen it somewhere, because my brain doesn't come up with creative thought, is, when did nature not become good enough? Like, when was nature not good enough? So then we had to make it and decide that now we can make it cheaper than the world can make it. So we're all going to buy that. And I think, but there's diamonds for everybody there. I don't know. So it's a whole world of its own. But making the diamond videos the other day, and you think, 10 million people are supported by just the diamond industry. The colored gemstones, you got the same thing. So the same thing, as I said in one of the diamond videos, that the gemstones are scattered all over the world by nature, and the places in which you find them tend to be, not always, tend to be the poorer places in the world. And without that commodity sitting below them, for them, they wouldn't have any money. Their communities wouldn't be there. So it's so important, the gemstone industry, to supporting these communities. And yes, there are lots of very wealthy people who've been made, and nothing is wrong with that, people making money, from the gemstones. But if you see the world now, so when I started in the industry 25 years ago, it was a very different place. And I'm sure when Ken started even longer, you were looking at a world that was very selfish. But now we look at a world, particularly with the diamond industry, which is a very controlled world now. And they are so supportive of these of the communities, and most of the money is kept within the country. They supply jobs for people within the countries where the mining carries out. There are education programs running to show the miners where the value in their gemstones are, so that external buyers can't come in from international buyers can't come in from other countries as they historically used to, and then buy the gemstones with the miner not understanding where the value in his gemstone was. So there are huge education programs that actually roll out, teaching miners how to value the gemstones so they don't get ripped off. And all of these things happen. And to me, that's so important. All of that it's got better and better and better over the years, supporting the infrastructures, and is going to improve. And so even you guys buying these gemstones, so you're buying them from a British company where you're supporting me and my community and my team, and you're helping feed my family, Lisa's family, Darren's family, Annie's family to a degree, apart from we don't really pay Annie, but we pay her with love. You're supporting each other, you're in a community, you know each other, even if you've never physically met each other, you know a lot about each other. We work within the community. You meet the suppliers as we go, you meet all of our supply chain. We show you who's cutting the gemstones, how they're cut, where they're cut, and we try and follow it back all the way. And we'll introduce you to everybody along the way who wants to come on the camera. There's no gatekeeping there. We'll show you all of that as we go. And they're all the people that, by making one bead purchase, so like £22.50 for this strand, is actually supporting this entire infrastructure of people. And I think think for me, because I see that from the core, so we go out to the mine and you meet the man who every day goes and digs up the gemstones, and you're feeding his family. And they're not, obviously I'm not single-handedly doing this, but you are supporting this. And then you meet, so after a while you meet his family, because that's what happens in life. And then I get to follow the whole line right back to you guys, and then you make it into jewelry, so it supports you and your family, and then you sell it on, and it's loved by somebody forever and ever, and then eventually recycled, because no one throws their jewelry in the bin. So then it's recycled back into more positive stuff. It's just an incredible industry. Anyway, you know this, that's why you're here. So I'll shut up now. I've got a 52 WI for Candy. Thank you, Candy. Now, aquamarine faceted coin beads. I have the aquamarine, the plum blossom, and the flower grape, and I just can't find them, Candy says. Oh, no. So these are your aquamarine. These are a milky aquamarine faceted coin. Only got 2 strands of this one available, but it is genuine aquamarine. And this is your 6mm faceted coin strand, 52 WA. Oh, thanks, Jackie. That's really kind. Jackie says the transparency is what makes Chalmers special, and that's down to you. Oh, thanks, Jackie. Justina says definitely never clever marketing pushing towards the younger market, being told the miners are exploited, not realizing that has the opposite effect. And the other thing that we see a lot in our industry that isn't generally talked about, it is talked about when I go out to big conferences and stuff, is the greenwashing. So a lot of these communities, particularly in some of the Africa countries, are very wealthy communities. They've been surviving off these gemstones for a long time, and they're clever, and they've made themselves money. And there's this greenwashing that comes in, where people make it look as if they're poor to then make money off the back of that. I mean, how awful is that? But apparently greenwashing is a big thing. I was quite naive to it, because you know what I'm like. And you just think that's awful as well. That's absolutely terrible, to paint a picture that somebody's living in poverty when they're not, to make you money. It just shocks me. The human race does shock me sometimes. Ken says, yes, it's amazing, Maria. I've sat with miners' families, eaten out one of a big bowl for every day. Absolutely. I mean, Ken's had very different experiences to me, but similar in many ways, Ken, hey, traveling and stuff. And yeah, and you sit and these are your friends, they become your friends. They are your community. These are the people you're working with them. They're working with you. Ultimately, I'm sitting here claiming that we're supporting this, this, and this. Without them, we wouldn't have anything to do. They're supporting us as much as we're supporting them. In fact, maybe more so, because without them, what would we have to sell? So yeah, it's Ken's got all the pictures. We'll have to come up and interview Ken. I need to come up and interview. I tell Ken every week, I'm going to come and see you soon. 52 WI's aquamarine. Nobody wants the aquamarine. Let's put it away. Next one, chrysoprase. There's not very many of these. 2 strands. This is the chrysoprase, or chrysoprase, you can pronounce however you like, and it is the 6x4 flat faceted drop, or pear shape, I call them, 6x4 millimeters. This is a really nice strand. Only got 3 on my list, 3. So let's put this one in. What other poll do you want to run, guys? You're thinking, just get on and show me the gemstones. If you've got any requests today, then just pop them into the comments section. 66 WS, £9.50, and you get so many of these little flat pairs on your strand. They're absolutely perfect for earring sizes. I know you can't see me so far away. Did you see this? What did I see? Shall I have a look? 52 WI. I didn't see that, Nicola. Let's pop that in. What did I see from Candy? 52 WI, Candy. I got you for a 51. I've got you for a 51 as well. Right, Candy for a 52. Nicola Bell for a 52. And the last one, I'm sure, is just sold. I just saw its code pop up. No, there's one left. And then on the 66, all 3 have gone to Candice. Now, remember, if you ever want to repurchase a strand of anything, that's where these ones came from. You can just send us the code. If you send us the code from your packet or your invoice, then we can locate where it came from, and then we'll be able to get those for you. So just send us the code. 66 is sold out. Sorry, Banny. Right, okay. I'm just going to go back to the faceted chrysoprase coin beads. If you missed those at the beginning, these ones are 1950 a strand. These are nice chunky beads, loads of beautiful colours in here, in your pastel greens right through to your lovely earthy tones. Very nice strand. 205 CP. Hi, Michael. How are you doing? 1950. 205 CP. And then which ones have we got left before we move on to whatever else I found? We have got one amethyst faceted rondelle in a 6x4mm. You can't go wrong with an amethyst. A 52 aqua for Jenny. Thank you, Jenny. One faceted amethyst left. 185 TG. I'm absolutely baking. I've got the heating on at about 600 degrees. I'm sitting on it. Oh, blimey. Oh, so cold as well. 185 TG aqua amethyst faceted rondelles, and that is 6x4mm. That one's gone to Nicola Bell. Thank you, Nicola. And then I've got one. This is it, and then I've sold out of all of them apart from the chrysoprase faceted coin. This one is, I've got one strand left. Your faceted plum blossom tourmaline coin strand, 6mm, 51 XF 2150, and then they have sold out. 185's gone, everyone. Sorry. Highly recommend this one if you've never had this material before. Honestly, it's just so pretty. 51 XF. Can I have a 205? You can. Thank you, Nicola. 51 XF for your faceted plum blossom tourmaline coins. Any takers? Out of all of those, I've only got two. I've got two chrysoprase faceted coin 12mm left, and I've got this one faceted coin in the plum blossom, which I'm very surprised is left. That one, 2150. I suppose it is a bit pricier than the others, but it's because it's awesome. That's what it is. Right, let's do this. Right. And now I've plucked out, but you can put any requests in that you like. I've plucked out some pairs that we had sitting in a box. 51 has gone to Nisha. Thank you, Nisha. Lovely. Right, so these are some pairs. Some are drilled, some are not drilled. This is your spiny oyster mojave, which is a constructed material. It's made of the spiny oyster shell and then turquoise and copper. Any tourmaline cabochons. Somewhere, May, we do have a plum blossom tourmaline. And I do have some very high-end tourmaline rubellite cabs, but they're probably around £100 a cab. So I don't know if you're interested in those. Let me know. But yes, that's what we've got. But no sort of typical tourmaline, not in a cab. So this is your pair of spiny Mojave oyster 347SL. Then we have got the blue Scheelite 84NQ, £8 a pair, and it's this particular card that you would receive. Faye, I'll get them for you in a second. Just one sec. Let me get these done, and then you're next on the list. This one is 84NQ for your blue Scheelite drilled. This is the Thulite drilled pair, 539IO for £8. Your Wild Horse Jasper pair drilled, 563TR. I've got a chrome chalcedony. This material is also from Australia. 129 GP. I love chrome chalcedony. It's so pretty. That's your drilled pair. 129 GP. Undrilled, I've got Sodalite 531PY for £8 for that pair. These couldn't find me a matching pair of chicken's feet, Candy said. Oh no, Candy. Because I think we've sold so many chicken's feet after all of that, that I don't, if Lisa couldn't find them, I don't think they're going to be there. I'll order some more chicken's feet, shall I, Candy? Let's get some more in. One for you, Rani, that one is yours, the wild horse. This one is your Sodalite undrilled pair, 534CH for your Sodalites. Mookite 394QM for £8 for the pair. This one is not drilled. It does have a open mark, which is where a surface reaching mark, but it's not drilled. 394QM. This one is 393FK for £8. And the last one is your Moss Agate 411CT for £8. Okay, not a lot of takers on the pairs. Normally very, 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 very popular. I've got here 2 sharks, totally randomly. So these were sharks. I haven't looked up the price, so I'll have to look it up. These were sharks that we sold in China, and they were put on order, but they never came. So in the end, we had to refund them to the customers, but we don't know who they were, the customers. So apologies if you got your shark refunded. But then they arrived at the factory. So they said, do you want them anyway? And I said, yeah. So these are those sharks. So let's have a look. I just have to look up the code. Just 1 second. It's that kind of a live today where I've got to do it all myself. 1 sec. That's woken up. KX 271KX. These were £12.50, these sharks. And I haven't put them in my tracker. These are Garnet in Matrix sharks, and there are 2 of them available. Right, okay, and the code. Oh, put it in the wrong place, just a minute. Right, the code was 271KX, and he is £12.50. 271KX. And there are 2 sharks available. They're very happy sharks. 271KX. That's the garnet crystal that you see there in Matrix. It's very toothy, isn't he? I think he looks very smiley and happy. And that's him. And that is 271KX, if anybody would like a shark. And now I've forgotten all about maize tourmalines for a minute there. So let me just come back right back to them. I'm going to leave you there. Michael's trying to get me to get baby sharks stuck in my head. No, I'm not going to, Michael. I'm not. Luckily, my kids were just the wrong age for that at the time, so we didn't have to suffer a baby shark. Right, 1 second. Let me get those tourmaline capsules. They're right there. Oh no, it is in my head. It is in my head now, Michael. No one for the baby sharks. Okay, let's put them away then. Right, tourmaline, mate, if you're still there. These are rubellites in quartz, which is red tourmaline. So they are crystals. I love them. They're my kind of gemstones. This one is 76 kg and this one is 97 pounds. It's quite large. Let me measure that one for you. The ruler's buried. Just 1 second. So this one is 28 by 26 millimeters, and that is your big pink tourmaline crystal. Beautiful. Then we've got a small round one. Your tourmaline. This one is 72 UU. This one is 68 pounds. And size wise, it is 22 millimeters. We've got an oval, 71 RO for 72 pounds. You're talking about the tourmaline. Oh, yes, the rubellite. Yeah. And to find stuff that is so vivid in colour as well is very hard now. So this one is, 25 by 20 millimeters, 71 RO for 72 pounds. And the last one, again, loads of crystal in there. Looks almost volcanic, doesn't it? 75 PF for 65 pounds. They're just beautiful. May would like number 72. Can't remember which one 72 was. This one, May. Nice choice. 72 UU. We just need your email address, May, please. So if you could direct message it to us, don't need to put it here in the chat. Just send it to us on direct message. Thank you very much. Oh, welcome to the family. That's it. You're in now. Oh, you're welcome. I'm just writing your name in. Shushan. Shoshan, maybe. I'm not sure though. Anyway, there we are. Other cool things in this tray. Look at that. Oh, it's the quartz with all the fabulous inclusions, including the mega beetle eggs. Look at those. That one is 28 UE for 62 pounds. And then this one is just gorgeous. Very pretty indeed. 23 UJ, 45 pounds. Right, lovely. Now, in my quest to find things, exciting things to put in the live, I've found, and we don't know. Lisa said we don't know why I found this entire hank of golden obsidian. Let me try and find the end of the hank, would be useful. Oh, look at that. Hiding. I found it hiding. These are your golden obsidian. They're 3 millimeter round beads. So I've got lots of these if anyone wants to multi-purchase. Nice quality golden obsidian. And this one is JRK11. You can just put 11 if you want. They're approximately 3 millimeter round beads and they're just £7 a strand. But as you can see, they're all really, really nice quality. These are from the Hong Kong supplier, actually. Yes, they're beautiful. Non-fakeable, Michael says. Thank you, Michael. I didn't know that. You can't fake it. You can't fake it. So that's always good to know. Number 11 is the code that you need, and they are just £7 a strand. Can't be faked. So that's good to know. Right, let me put you in. Do multi-purchases. I've found the whole hank. So, we need to get on. What is this tracker doing? It's just got an absolute mind of its own. Right, number 11. One for Tracy Merrick. Thank you, Tracy. One for Hannah. 4 for Candice. Then I've got 3 for Susan. Kathleen, thank you. Then I've got 1 for Rani. Anyone else for golden obsidian? Nice quality golden obsidian with lots of lovely flash. They're so nice. I feel like they're the best fidget ever. 11 for £7 a strand, 38 centimetre strand. Very nice, a very nice bead. Do you have any citrine or obsidian rondelle beads? Oh, Nicola, I might well do. I've definitely got natural citrine. Let me go and have a look. Citrine or obsidian rondelles, I don't think I've got. Let me find you the natural citrine. I'm just going to wander out and find those. I'll be right back. Another one for Hannah on the obsidian. Thank you. Right, I'll be right back, everyone. 1 minute. I found a few things. I found some of the little green boxes. Natural citrine. So this is natural unheated citrine, and I know that for a fact. So unheated citrine. So lots of citrine is natural. I have a bit of a bugbear about this. So lots of citrine is natural, but most of it is heated at source to make it the lovely yellow color. This citrine is unheated citrine. So its colour has not been enhanced by human interference. And I've got it in 2 sizes. I keep meaning to put the citrine video out, don't I? I've got a citrine video of all the different colours of natural citrine. I'll do a new ticket. I don't like that ticket. Ticket-wise, BBC is the code. Is it BBC? BC. And it's £12.50 a strand for this size. I've got 2 sizes, a larger and a smaller size. Let's have a look at this size so you can compare. And this one is AA. Oh. So many beautiful, beautiful beads. Right, so that's one size. So they're not rondelles but they're nuggets. This is as close as I'm going to get, Nicola, so stay with me. So these are natural unheated citrine nuggets. They're very beautiful, aren't they? And they're this gorgeous kind of caramelly colour. So you've got the larger size and then the smaller size. The larger size is $14.50, I think. Yes, $14.50 a strand. Again, on a 38 centimetre strand. So that's your larger size. The code for that one is AA. And then your smaller size, I've taken the stage away. Here you are. You don't want to see nothing, do you? The smaller size is BBC, and that is $12.50. So these are your natural citrines. Really lovely colour. Unheated, not natural. I don't know why I keep saying it. Unheated citrine strands. And that's as close as I've got. We don't have a lot of citrine, which is a bit frustrating. We need to do better. We need to do better on citrine, don't we? Yeah, these are lovely. Is that any good, Nicola, or not so much? You do get lots and lots of beads on there. So $14.50, the code is AA. And BBC... You're advertising for the British TV. Yeah, you can have two of the smaller ones, absolutely. Not intentionally, it's just the way the codes went. So, right, let's just get down here. And the code right, so I've got for Nicola 2 of the smaller strands. And then the larger size is AA. And this one is $14.50. Sorry, brain had a little fault. Oh. Right, on the AAs, everybody fancies an AA. Catherine Woolard. For just one, Catherine? Yes, one for Hannah. One for Susan. One for Jenny. I'm sure you've had them before, Jenny, don't you think? And a BBC for Susan as well. Anyone else? That's on your natural citrine. I don't have any more obsidian rondelles, I'm afraid. That one was a no. Let's pop these away, make sure I get them in the right packet. They're a really nice colour. An AA for Candice. Yes, it is very ambery in colour. It is. It's a very pretty colour. Right, so those are those 2 packets. Then we keep all our gemstones, which we don't really show you anymore, but we used to show you when it was back in the house, didn't we? So all our gemstones live in these little boxes, these little green boxes. But I must say they're not looking particularly full at the moment, these little boxes. So I just grabbed a couple of boxes for you so you can have a sneak of what we've got. So this one is a green phantom quartz nugget. I've taken the stage off again. Here you are. Green phantom quartz. So it's probably chlorite quartz. So your green inclusions are likely to be chlorite, but there's all sorts going on in there. So more of a lodolite, a bit of everything going on in there, mostly in a green color. And that is a nugget strand. We used to do this nugget strand in all different materials, sort of from mookaite through to all sorts of different stuff. I don't know if everyone remembers tigesite. Oh, we had loads of different shapes, didn't we? So this one is 10YH for £9. So if you like your inclusions, this one is the one for you. 10YH is your code. I'll show you another strand just to show you that they're all fun. With loads of great inclusions in there. They're very, very popular, this nugget shape. So that is your green phantom quartz for 10YH. Then what else did I pick up? I've only got 2 of this strand. These are 2mm round rose quartz microfaceteds. Oh, so sparkly. And these ones are 29, £6.50. Chlorite quartz is another fashionable material. It is, isn't it? Very fashionable. Rose quartz, 2mm microfaceteds, £6.50, number 29. I've only got 2 of that strand left. That's that one. Let's take that one's packet out of the way. And the other one that I picked up is, this was really cute as well. We had these made. I've only got 2 of these. These are Amazonite beads. They are drilled through this way. These were carved in India. Hannah says she's blocked. I can't see your bid, Hannah. This is 12JN. It's a little flower carving, double-sided. £7 for the bead. And that one is 12JN. I've got number 29 for Wendy. Number 29. And they are £6.50. Hannah for a BBC. Okay, got you, Hannah. Thank you. Number 29 for Wendy. So that is your little Amazonite carved flower bead. Oh, dropped him. Very pretty. 12JN. I don't have an obsidian, Rani. Wendy's going to take both the microfacetted quartz. Thank you, Wendy. I better take that one out of stock. Right, any more requests from anyone? Or it's going to be a very short show if you don't request anything. Because I think that's all the things that I grabbed. I can go and get some more out of the boxes. 12JN for Rani. Rani, the 12JN, I've put it in the wrong packet, is the little flower. So you want both of those? 12JN is the flower. Can you just confirm for me, please? I'll put this one away. I do have a few of Ken's faceted stones left. I'll find those for you. Just a second. Interesting, Wendy. It's not on the website. So either it was sold over the weekend or it's not on the website because I've put the code in wrong. One or the other, Wendy. If it disappears from your from your order, then that's because I've lost it. Right. Jay, I'm going to put you down, Rani, for the 12, but let me know if that's not the right one. Do you have any 4mm flat saucer beads? No, I know what you mean. No, sadly not. Right, look, I think the best thing to do is grab some more boxes like Wendy says. And thank you so much for allowing me to choose. The material has blown me away. You're welcome. Any gemstones that might be suitable for rings? What are you thinking there, May? Are you thinking cabochons? Because we've got a lot of cabochons. Are you thinking the beads, like that bead you could make into a ring? Any aventurine cabs? Yes, we do have aventurine cabs. I'll try not to, Wendy. Right, let me pop these back and I'll grab aventurine cabs and see what other gemstone boxes I can pick up. Green aventurine. Oh, I found some treats that I've forgotten I've got. Any more microfrosted beads? Yeah. Any large obsidian beads? Maybe even roughs? No, Michael, sorry. I feel sad for you. You're constantly on a quest to clear me out of obsidian. Right. These are all drilled, even though I picked up the undrilled box. That was unsuccessful. I've got green aventurine, 2 drilled ones. But let me see where the undrilled ones are. No, that's all I've got is drilled ones. Oh my goodness, I do need to buy some more clubs. Right. I see a problem there, Michael. I do. Right, Green Venturing cabs. So this pack is £9.50 and you get all 4 cabs on your pack, but they have got top drills. This is natural green colour, not the dyed colour. 1384VK is the code for that pack. 1384, and the other pack is 1389 IG. That's also drilled. Not looking for undrilled, Nicola says. Yeah, I think all of the ones in that box called undrilled drilled, which is weird. So I did bring you this box, Nicola, which is the box. This was a box from our birthday party that we put together. Look how cute is that? Oh, of just random cabs on cards. So let's sneak through here because you might find one in here. You're starting with a Malacola 229YO 4250, and May, this might suit you if you're looking for something different. 1539 for Spectra Pyrite. It's very pretty, rough top. 208FR for Picture Jasper Pair. I've got a Fossil Coral 203CF. Morganite 191EY, £12.50. Carnelian, so cute. That's such a cute size. £3, 66FP. 208 has gone to Agnes. How am I going to document these? Then I've got, so 20866. And my first bidder on 66 is Anne Spedding. I've got a Nephrite 147BV. Oh, Silamonine. Love this though. Have a look at it. You see the pattern in there. It looks like an oil slick. That is how it grows. 174ZG. It's not little size though. It's big size. 174. Oh, I've got a terrible itchy nose. Sorry, it's the hair tickling. Cambarba Jasper. Look at the eye in there. Cambarba Jasper 178QS. Crazy Lace 261VB for £6. These are, so far none of them have been drilled, but I'll tell you if they are. This is your Zebra Jasper 132YK. 147 has gone to Nicola. $178 has gone to Sharon. What is the material of 174? This is called Silamoline. I'll put it here so you can see it. Silamoline, maybe. I don't know why I can't pronounce it. I just can't. That is it. We sold quite a lot of it in cabs. Here's a dinky one for May. Let's have a look. There's a dinky lapis, I think. I can't pick it up because I've bitten all my nails and I'm really sorry, and I meant to put fake nails on, but I forgot. Lapis, this is 165 GT. It is quite a tall lapis, but cute size. 165 GT, £3. This is a drilled pink striped Jasper, £6.50, 117 OV. Ignore the back of the cards, they're from something in India. It's this side you want. 165 has gone to Agnes. Right, 117 for Sharon. Hi, Reese. Fine, thank you. Okay, then we've got a smoky quartz, 175 ST, 750. Fossil coral, 202 MB, £4.50. Kambaba Jasper, 177 WW, £9.50. Pink stripy Jasper, 133 VX. This is drilled at £6.50. A little iolite, 159 SS, £9.50. Pink stripy Jasper, 112 JN, drilled at £6.50. 175 has gone to Nicola. Let me see if I can find it, Nicola. Just missed there, Beverly. Sorry about that. Narina Jasper, 90 BY. Pinalinth Jasper, 83 LT, 650. 112's gone to Catherine Woolard. Another spectropyrite. I really like this. 1536 at £9.50. I've got another malachite with an eye. 238 OK. 1850. Number 83 has gone to Nicola. Okay, this one is an Australian preonite, and that is 65 WG for £12.50. Nice colour though. Did you get 159? No, you didn't, Beverly. Sorry. 2 blue opal cabochons, 99GA for £3. 2 of those there. Then I've got an Amalite, but this is a doublet. In fact, it could be a triplet. This one is A2 1950, size-wise 10 by 14 millimeters. 99 has gone to Tony Davis. Then I've got A2 has gone to Beverly Jackson. Nicola, I can't see. I'd see 99, but you just missed to Agnes on that one. Sorry about that. That one's gone. A2's gone. Did you ever get Blue Chalcedony? We do sometimes, yeah. This is another oval Amalite B5, 1750, 12 by 10 millimeters. 1750. There you are, Michael. You've learned something today. 83. I don't think I've got an 83. I don't appear to have an 83. If you want to tell me the gemstone, I'll let you know. This one is definitely a triplet, this one. B1, 1750 for your Amalite, 12 by 10 millimeters. A1, 1950, 14 by 10 millimeters, Amalite. B2, 1750, 12 by 10. I've got to not bite my nails because I can't do my job. I annoy myself. This one is B3 at 1750. And B5 has gone to Sarah. Thank you. Right. We've got a Drills Pre-Night 47TQ, £12.50. Here's some dinky sizes. Iolite 160NT for £9.50. Iolite 162OB for £7.50. I've got a ruby here. It's very tall. 197 PT for £7.50. Malacola 136 FY for £6.50. 47 has gone to Catherine. Then we've got 162 has gone to Beverly. One, 3, 6. Let me see. 136 FY has gone to Beverly. $197 has gone to Sarah. I think 136 is already gone. 197's already gone. Sorry, everyone. Right, let's just put that one back there. I've got an emerald cab, but it's not a very exciting green. It's more grey than green. 139 SF, 1650. Someone can have that one for £5 because the colour is not there. But it is carved, and I'm sure you'd use it for something because it's pretty. 139 SF for £5. A drilled Cambaba Jasper 183 YT, £9.50. A Narina Jasper 92 VD, £7.50 drilled. a drilled Kambaba 182FJ. This is a crazy lace agate. 72DZ for £5. A bumblebee Jasper, a very large bumblebee. It's 10, is it 10-0? 10-0 or 100? £15. Let's go back a bit. 139 I think has gone. Oh, has 139 gone? No, 139. My first bidder was Sarah Duckworth. SF. $72 has gone to Agnes. Lovely. 10-0 has gone to Rani. Lovely, that's gone. Right, I've got a Tibetan turquoise cab, 16S, £9.50. That's a ring size cab, 16S. Striped aragonite drilled, 107MS. Turritella agate, very nice shells, look at that. 170WT, £7. This one is drilled. 170. I've got a pink striped Jasper, drilled, 114KZ. I've got another Tibetan turquoise cab, 16Q for £9.50. $149FB for £3 is your nephrite cab. Right, I've got 16S for Sarah. I've got 170 for Catherine. Then I've got, I think 16 is gone. Yeah, oh right, 16Q, sorry, hasn't gone. 16Q for Nicola Bell. $149 for Vicky Rawls. Lovely. I've got another turquoise if anyone wants that one. This turquoise here, Tibetan turquoise, 16Z for £9. 16Z. I've got a ruby zoisite with a massive ruby crystal in it. This one is drilled at the top there. This one is RZB, £15. And the last one, 192CJ, £3.50 from Morganite, but it's a very pale colour, which is why I think it's £3.50. I would question. I'm going to remove that one. I'm not sure that's Morganite. I'm going to remove that one because I don't know what it is. Agnes, unless you want it as any gemstone, I'm not 100% sure what it is. Right, where did it get to? 149, 16Z. 16Z for £9 has gone to Agnes. Does bidding on the same item more than one message increase your chance of winning? No, I don't think so, Sharon. I don't think anything really increases your chance. It does have a very pale tint to it. Agnes, let me know if you want it, even if it's not. Like, I just don't. I can see why it has got a very pale pink to it. So it's likely to be a beryl, but yes, it's fine. I don't think it's quartz. I think it is likely to be beryl, but it's just very, very pale. But I can't guarantee it because I can't test it. I mean, it's only £3.50. So I guess really in the larger scale of things, it's not the end of the world, is it? But we always do like to describe the gemstones correctly. We don't like to play guess the gemstone. Right, let's put those to one side. What else is on my list? Nothing. I've got nothing on my list. What did I pick up while I was out? I picked up some. We've gone right the way over there. Come back. Let me do this one. Some quartz nuggets. So that same shape that we saw in the phantom quartz. So again, good spacer shape. These ones are 13BH for £9. 13BH. Ken's Gems. Sounds like a shop, Beverly. 13BH. That's 3 quarts. Then I found some ocean jasper nuggets, which we never show anyone because I love them so much. But I don't like to sell the ones that I really love the most. Right, this one, where's the ticket? This one is 426 for £9.50. I just love ocean jasper, absolutely love it. And they are a top drilled nugget. You're going to get a whole range. Each one obviously is totally different. And you get a whole range of colours and patterns on each strand. They're nice, aren't they? Do I have any malachite rough? I've got some fibrous malachite rough, Beverly, if you want to have a look at that. 426, £9.50. That's for your ocean jasper. Hannah's going to have one of those. Lots of people want these. Let me find them in my system then. I think they're possibly on the website. But we might have taken them off. You might. Here they are. No, they are on the website. This one is. Oops. Oh, my boy racer's back, isn't he? Oh. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, what did I do? I did something on the wrong screen, everyone. Let's try down here. There we go. Ocean Jasper nuggets. Right, the code is 426 and they are £9.50 a strand. Do 426. I've got one for Hannah and one for Sarah. Any tiny beads? I'll have a look. Michael also loves Ocean Jasper. It's a good one, Ocean Jasper. Well, it's always the ones that are running out, isn't it? You think, no. Right, just one sec. Yep, Ocean Jasper going back then. Still a few of those to keep me happy. Right, I'm going to get Ken's gems and then I'm going to get tiny beads. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Oh, so much, Shazane. Only single pearls left from March. I think they were number 9 BI. All the pearls from March. Oh, I'll have a look. I don't. Yes, possibly. Let me write that down. Our pearl stock moves because we send it back and forth to the supplier all the time. But we haven't sent the March stock back, I don't think. Right, okay. These are Ken stones. So last time we were at Ken's, which was a while ago, we sold these stones. These ones are Citrine 86EL. Ken signed all the boxes for you. 88 these are 16 by 11 millimeters, £60, 88 KY. This one is £30, 11.5 by 8 by 6, £30. This is pretty. This one is an orange sapphire, £30, 67 points, 6 by 4 millimeters. 2 amethysts. 2 pieces of amethyst is code 80AN for £39.50, and they're the 2 that are left. This one is an aquamarine, £50, a diamond shape aquamarine, £45. And this one is a kind of scissor cut aqua, which is £40. Citrine £30 is yours, Nicola. Orange sapphire is 95 GH, £30. Wait a minute. I think that one's gone to Beverly. That one's gone, Michael. Sorry. Sorry, Michael. I didn't see the bid above. Okay. Anyone else? I don't have very many left. We're going to have to go back to Ken's and buy some more stones. Right. That's those. Let's put you there. Let's put those into my tracker. Just 1 second. And 48. Went to Beverly. And then this one is 91. And that went to Nicola. Lovely. Brilliant. Thank you. Right. A couple of microfaceted mini stones then. Let's have a look. Come out, come out, come out. This one is 708 IM Unakite 2mm. I'm not live tomorrow morning, I don't think, Rani. I've got to take Eddie to London. And I'm not live next Thursday or Friday. I'm live on Wednesday next week. And we're going to do some quirky stuff next week. We're going to do the Rutile bracelet everyone's been asking for. I've managed some of my finds, some things that I've found. So that's what I'm bringing next week. Found these really cool kyanite cabs. I've got this blue jade that I've just not ever sold that I might have to sell. I just don't quite know how to do it because the strand's too long. I need to split the strand. Yeah, so it's going to be quirky stuff, but it'll be on Wednesday next week because I'm busy on Thursday and Friday next week. So tomorrow morning, I don't think I am. So this is the Unakite 2mm rounds. So greens and pinks in here. 708 IM for 650. It's a Unakite. Then I got, this one is fractionally bigger. This is probably a 2 to 3 mil. AA7. This is a peach moonstone. Pretty though, isn't it? Yes, it should be a good show. AA7, £6.50, peach moonstone. And then A7. Let me just a second. I've got to find it in my system. That one. Lots of people outside today. It's been a busy day. There we are. These are on a 32 centimetre strand. The code is AA7. Right. AA7, I've got one for Candice, one for Justina. And then 2 708s, which were the Unakite, weren't they? Just a second. It's fiddly, isn't it? It's fiddly. This one. This was Unified. And that one is 708. Right, sorry everybody. It takes a little while, doesn't it, when I do it this way? I've got one for Hannah and one for Justina. Okay, I've got one more. That's AA7. Is AA4, which is your clear quartz. But I think I've only got two of these left. So that is your clear quartz 2 millimeters. AA4 at £6.50. Quartz 2 millimeter microfaceted round. And those have both gone to Justina. Any more requests that I've missed? Anyone? No, it didn't work. Right, save that one now. Right, that's all of those. So I've done Ken Stones. I've got to do 9 BI in the pearls, and that is me up to date with all of my inquiries. Let's just put these away, make sure we get them in the right bags so people end up with the right gemstones. Right, 1 second. You're welcome. There might be more, Justina, on the website. Just search 2 millimeters and it should come up. Right, 1 second. 9BI. Who was after 9BI? Which clever soul was after 9BI? Was it Nicola? Let's have a look. Normally I write it down. I didn't write it down today. No rubies or garnets, I'm afraid, we're out. Of all the things to be out of. Oh, who's after 9BI? Vicky. Right, Vicky, I do have a whole box here, but I think we sold them all. And because the orders haven't been picked, I've got 120 orders in the system. I don't know if I've sold them all because they're not on the website. I think I sold them all on a live show. So can I come back to you next week? Because they'll all be picked next week and then I'll know what I've got. So I'm really sorry. I don't want to sell them from under anyone. And the same with the stick pearls, Justina. I just can't control the stock because I know we sold loads of those. So sorry about that, everybody. Well, it's a bit rubbish, isn't it, when you can't buy the gemstones because I can't manage the stock properly. But that's one of those things. Right, I'm going to leave you to it, guys. It's very lazy of me. I'm going to leave you to it, and I'm going to see you next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Because I'm not around on Thursday or Friday. So I'm going to see you on next Wednesday. Your invoices will be out to you over the weekend. If you're a new customer like May, please make sure you do direct message us. That would be appreciated. But thank you everyone for joining me on your Thursday evening. Really appreciate it. Any more tall, small cabs like the Ruby? No, that was a total fluke as well, Sarah. Not that one. So sorry, everyone. Right. Thank you, everybody. If you've got any more requests, just direct message them to us and we'll come back to you. So we'll definitely come back to you. Okay. Thanks, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.